Hi, I'm Cyril and I'm the founder of Parley.
Hi, I'm Erman, Senior Design Director at Adidas Originals.
First of all, we have to get the material off the beaches. Then we pre-sort it, we clean it, we pack it, we put it in containers, we send it to a facility that chips it down, we make yarn from it, it gets turned into fabric, make a product out of it.
Since modern production techniques have allowed us to construct sneakers out of soft material, and therefore using a yarn was the next big thing, and that was the touch point between us and how that collaboration started to manifest itself in the sneaker. We've started with a performance product, and in the beginning there were a lot of technical hurdles, but obviously every challenge we readily and we really embraced and tried to find technical solutions.
So what Adidas actually did is they took the risk to put the material, Parley Ocean Plastic, first into the top range of their lines and challenging really its attributes. And with the knowledge around making high performance yarn, they now can actually spread it out across the whole product range. Instead of putting it first into, I would say, mass products, cheaper mass products, and accepting the low quality, they challenged these attributes of the original material and re-engineered it, and helped us to develop a supply chain that actually comes with a perfect output that is high performance yarn for the performance and the fashion industry. So everything has a story, and the story of our partnership is a very organic one. We just started doing things without knowing all answers. We took the risk and jumped right in. And at the total beginning, we had this gill net that we retrieved with our partner, Sea Shepherd, and we turned this gill net, this deadly weapon that is used to kind of kill fish out there, we turned that into yarn for a shoe. And that became I would say, the legend or the original tale of our collaboration. And that's why you even find in products that don't use that material, you still find a quote to that, a reference to that original moment.
And that first gill net and the visual that came with it has started in the process. The gill net was there to deceive fish into getting caught, but obviously in your presentation you outlined clearly that fish are drawn towards the more reddish color world, and in order to avoid that going forward, we try to avoid that color world and build our whole color palette in this white, blue, green color world.
And it's actually really turning a threat that is destroying our oceans, the ecosystems out there, turning that into something positive, into a building material, and making it a life threat really that connects people. I heard so many interesting stories from the sneakerheads. They said often to me, I don't even care how they look, I love the story. And of course it helps that some of the products that are out there, they only exist as a prototype or in a quantity of 50 pieces. And I think we will always continue to make small runs and to experiment and to play and to put products out there which never ever be scaled up. But then on the other side, there is the total commitment to make products that are actually being made in a bigger quantity. So it will always be in balance between testing the boundaries, testing new technologies, creating design pieces, and on the other hand, implementing in a larger scale.
I think the sneaker world at the moment is very high-paced, and we see that from the reaction of the consumer that values are becoming increasingly important, and that is one that we are fully subscribed to, and seeing that our consumer, who is usually more ridden by vanity or other motivations, seeing them resonate positively with that idea, and even helping us in spreading the message when they're flexing on Instagram. That is the best thing that can happen to us, and giving this a positive, a life supporting notion is the best that could happen to it.
To be honest, sneakers dominated my whole life, you know. I couldn't stand the sneakers out there, so I created my own. I mean, or I worked with the brands that I really kind of admired, and Adidas actually was the first brand in my life I worked with as a freelance designer back then. And when we started Parley, it was for me clear that we have to marry them finally. I was in love with the Honda. I liked the clean Honda back then. I think it was one of the first runs. It was like a brown, grayish, desaturated brown. I loved the shapes, and to be very frank, I totally copied them and I made my own sneakers. Every product that is out there with a Parley logo on it is a symbol of change, is a flag, and is an invitation for supporters to opt in. And even if they only buy a product and tell the story of it, they already contribute. And the money spent on these products contributes and supports our cause. And this is a very fair deal, because normally you would ask somebody to donate money to you and they would probably never know what you're doing with it. So I really believe in this fair and transparent handshake between supporters and the people who run an environmental organization.